What's up, everybody? Like, I really am starting to look forward to this Sunday live because it's kickback time. It's time to enjoy the mag. Time to talk to y'all. Happy Mother's Day to all your mamas, to all your mamas and your mamas too, and your grandmamas. And happy Mother's Day to everybody. I hope that you have somebody special to spend the day with today. Um, we're going to talk about kind of a serious subject. This subject's came up a few times, and I think that, well, oh shoot, I'm 15 minutes early. Go figure. I'll itch my head and we'll all sit here and stare at each other. Shh, don't say nothing. What's going on, Brandy Tiamra? Remaining remnant Q-tip troublemaker is in the house. If you're here and you're a member and you're not chatting, what's wrong? Come on in. We're friendly. We are, well, most of the time. Tamara's here. Oh, Tamara's here. Uh, I hope that everybody's having a great day. It's beautiful here in the Ozarks, but man, we got a heck of a storm. We had I can't wait. I haven't went outside. Well, I went outside and take the dogs, but I haven't went over and checked the rain catch. And I'll tell you what, folks, I bet you it's like pull just stacked full. I was gonna have the live outside, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this down. I just feel like being comfy and cozy. I'm sitting in my recliner, and somebody has to get comfy. Uh, a lot of things going on in the world, and I'm sure many of you are kind of like stressed out and on edge about things that are going on. Um, between the food, I think we have to like kind of prioritize what's really important. You already been out in the garden. That's good, Tamara. That's good. I think we have to really prioritize, the issues around us, and I think one of the biggest things, honestly, is food supply. I'm going to say it. I think that China has been hoarding food. We all know this. China's pretty good at it. They've been hoarding food for a while. Do I not have this set to members only? I think I do. Do I? Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Let me see. It's supposed to be members only because Sundays are members only. So this live, I should say, is members only. But I think that we let me check this real quick, y'all, because I do want to do this live for only members because I think okay, let me see. Yep, possibly. Uh, maybe. Did I do it right? This is kind of new to me. Okay, all right. Okay, we're good. It is members only. Okay, cool. Um, on the Edge, good song. Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of people are feeling that, Brandy, like, just like, whoa, like, what's next? What's coming at us next? What's going to happen? But I was thinking, yeah, it is only members. I just want to make sure, Tamara, because last week when I did the Sunday Live, I couldn't see the count up at the top. And this Sunday I can. Oh, go figure, right? That YouTube, StreamYard, all of them, they don't work too well together very often. But I wanted to bring up a subject, and I know that it has been on a lot of people's minds because I've got a lot of emails about it. I've got comments in the chat about it, just different things. And it's like really knowing who your enemy is, like knowing, who your real enemy could be. And I think that most preppers, we want to be, well, we want to, we want to trust people because we want to have them in our mag, right? But I'm just going to tell y'all a quick story. We got about 10 minutes, so I don't want to get started too quickly. I don't want people to miss the story. But I want to say that, there's like many different kinds of people that we really are going to have to evaluate. And I'm great with my notebooks. So I had a couple channel subs and members. I think it was a member actually that said this to me, is that she was very concerned because her husband's not really into the prepping thing. He thinks that she's over the top, that she shouldn't be prepping, that what does it matter? If it happens, it happens, that type of stuff, right? And she's very concerned because her husband keeps taking people into where they keep their preps and showing them. Like, oh, look what my wife's doing now. Ha ha ha. She's a doomsday prepper. you know. And so these people that, that's one scenario that came directly from some of our members. And I think about it and I'm like, man, imagine, okay, that person goes on about their daily life. They don't prep nothing, nothing, because everything's hunky dory in America, right? No. Okay. And so they just don't prep anything. Then an SHTF happens, or then the end of the world as we know it happens. I already believe we're in a SHTF. It's just, it's a slow burn. And I think that people are missing the point that these economic collapse, the food chain crisis, the chickens being cold, the crime going up, China in cahoots with Russia, Russia and Ukraine fighting, our current establishment, Title 42. I mean, we have all these things that have lined up this last 5 months, full throttle. And so I think a lot of people still are in the comfort of their homes, still in the comfort of day to day life, that nothing's wrong. And the sad thing is that when it does fully pop off, and I'll put it this way, when the frogs and the sheep are going, whoa, crap, that, folks, is when we're going to see people show their true colors. So just for like that channel subs talking about it, and they've emailed me several times. I mean, they're very, very concerned, and I don't blame them. How many of you in the chat right now would be concerned if your husband or your wife wasn't on board about prepping, but they want to show everybody and talk chaos? You know, hit a one if you would be very concerned. I would. I would, because what's going to happen is when the societal, we have this total society collapse, and the grocery stores close, the grocery stores board up their windows, we can't get gas, maybe we have an EMP, whatever the scenario is. I think that those people are going to go, click. Uh, I'm going to Joe's house. Joe, why do we always talk about freaking Joe? We're going to Johnny Cake's house because Johnny Cake has all these things, right? Hey, Elaine. And so I think that, when that happens, that's when people are going to go, oh, crap. Now, I should have never showed him. Well, it's going to be too late because you did show them, right? So basically, would you be concerned, Brandy, if you had someone living under your roof that was showing your preps, telling about it, and joking about it, and that right there? No, little boots, you're welcome to be here. You're a mod. You're welcome to be here. See, that's the fun thing about being a mod, little boots. You support the channel in many ways. You keep your butt right here. No, get your butt back here, little boots. If you're a mod, you're welcome to stay. That's why you're a mod. You have access to the channel 120%. And it's not that we don't want anybody to have access. This is just our kickback time. Don't you go anywhere, little boots. Get back here right now. Did she leave? Little boots, hit a one if you're still here. Hit a 1100 to 792247 17 minus 3. Did you get all that? But you would be concerned. And I mean, I've had this question so many times especially this last year. So now let's talk about a different type of person. So your kids are home, you're gone, and they say, hey, check this out. And they show a couple of their friends. My mom has this huge pantry. My mom is stocking this. My dad did this. Oh, hold it. 11292247 714. You're pretty little boots. Smart Alec. I'm glad I caught you. Uh, -3. She got the 2247, y'all. But, so then your kids are showing their friends the preps. So here's another issue. So, same thing. But let's talk about the other ones. And we're going to get in. I got 5 minutes to kind of set up the scenarios. And then we're going to talk about a real life story. Um, then you have the looters and the squatters. Out here, we got the freaking squatters. Um, I think that many neighborhoods are going to see more squatters and more looters with Title 42 being raised. I think that we are on, honestly, folks, you might remember about a year ago, year and a half ago, I talked about the 5 factors for us to be a third world country. Well, we had 4. Title 42. All bets are off. We are now officially a third world country. All we're waiting for now is a nationwide blackout. And once we have once we have a nationwide blackout, know that we are in the real SHTF, that it could last for years and years and years. And that's just honest. I've done a lot of research on third world countries. What was the tipping factor? What happened? You know, and I think that we have all five factors. It's all here. And now the rolling blackouts, grocery stores being locked up. And then think about this too, the food supply. The food supply before Article 42 was lifted was already hit or miss. Scruffy Scrubs, there's different people that report or go into grocery stores and they're shopping and they show blanks. So we already had that situation. So now that Title 42 is up, they're saying 700,000 to 1 million people within 30 days is the latest I've heard. They're setting these people court dates 4 years out, 7 years out. And when you start thinking about that, 4 to 7 years out, why are they having a court date? Well, honestly, I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, why are they even here? If they have to have a court date, should they even be in the United States? Should they even be allowed to come in illegally? There's also, and I'm going to say it as it is, folks. There was the most disgusting thing happened to an 8-year-old girl at the border just since Title 42 thing started. So this little 8-year-old girl got raped. Not only did she get raped, folks, they she perished, and also not only did she perish, when they took DNA samples from this little girl, over 57 DNA samples, which means that this little girl was raped by over 57 men. I mean, whoa! I mean, like this poor little child, and I'm it's absolutely sickening. Hey Beth, hey Bethy, so glad to see you. But you start taking all these things into consideration. These are the kind of people we're dealing with, and I love Latinos. I mean, I'll be honest, my company, I had 21 Latino people working for me. I treated them good and they treated me awesome. Awesome. I had a foot surgery, and every one of those Latinos that worked for me, and it was all Latinos. I don't even think I had any other nationality, but they treated me so good. I was laid up. I had a cast on, had some problems with the cast, had to go to the ER, had it, cut off, blah, blah, blah. Every night at 5 o'clock, somebody was knocking on my door, bringing me a meal, making sure that I was fed, making sure that KJ, do you need anything? Do you need to go? Do we need to go to the store for you? Whatever. Bringing me beautiful blankets from Mexico. I mean, these people treated me very, very good. And so, hey, Lenora. So that's like something that that you have to think about is what really is happening at the border. We have the cartel coming over. We have more fentanyl. Do you think that how much fentanyl do you think, honestly, folks? I think there was probably 100% increase in fentanyl the day Title 42 ended. I really think that when Title 42 ended, um, that situation brought more fentanyl, which is killing Americans. There's other drugs that are being laced with fentanyl, and now they got the trunk, which is absolutely disgusting. Do you remember the CDC put it on their website about the zombie apocalypse? Do y'all remember that? And so they already knew that this was going to happen. Yeah, yeah, she did. She did, Tamara. How could her little body, how could her little spirit, I mean, how could she ever get through something like that? I mean, downright disgusting. Um, so it's 1 o'clock, so I'm going to start telling the story. And I want you to all to really think about who your enemies could be and how to protect yourself as I read the story. Because so many times on prepping channels, so many times on prepping channels, people are always trying to dig for information like, Where are you at? What city are you in? What state are you in? Where do you live? Do you want to have a meetup? Can we go here? Can I meet you? Um, Not only from me, but everybody. I'm sure you've noticed it. Hey, Lady Casca, how many of you in the chat have been in a chat and somebody is trying to pry for information from as many people as they can get it? Like, what state do you live in? Are you close to me? Can we get together? Can I meet you? Can I come by your home? How many? Hit a one. You know, it is one of those things that it could be very dangerous, very, very freaking dangerous. Um, yeah, exactly. So I want to talk about this story because we talked about your neighbors, the kids bringing over friends while you're not home, and them telling the friends, and then the looters and the squatters, which we've dealt with, and then think about this: the roamers, the gang members, the cartel. I'm not saying this stuff to scare you. I'm saying it to get everybody on point because this could be really dangerous. And then the big one is your own family members. Your own family members could be a threat to you. They could be a threat because, if you think about this, so you have a few family members and they're always talking smack like, oh, you're a prepper. What are you? A doomsday prepper, blah, 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 laughing, ha, 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 right? And then the collapse of the society happens, or another scenario, an EMP, or another scenario, war in the United States, civil war, revolution, riots, whatever it may be. Whose house do you think they're going to knock on the door, right? Whose house? Um, whose house door are they going to knock on? They're going to knock on yours. And you're going to be like, well, that's my brother-in-law. That's my sister-in-law. And then they're gonna want to step in and stay there because they know you have food, they know you have water, they know you have first aid, they know you have Second Amendment items, they know that you have maybe paid attention over the last 2.5 years and that you've made these layers of protection, right? So that's really something, right? Yeah, very, very important. Thanks, Lady Casca. That's a very important point. Not to do that, because it could be the tipping point where honestly that, you know, what are you going to do? You have five family members show up and they're like, well, your family, I'm staying. And you're going to have to deal with this situation. So I want to read this story to you. And I want you all to listen very closely and think about this. Um, so, can preppers trust other preppers in the SHTF? How much information should you really share? There was a recent story about this rich prepper that was convinced that a SHTF social collapse was it was going to happen. So he built this elaborate, literally well-armed house, even the bunker. Okay, he's loaded. He was attacked and his daughter killed by a person who was also convinced that a SHTF social collapse was coming and wanted to take over his bunker because he had shown it off. While everyone, honestly wants to trust and work with like minded people, the fundamental prepper mindset is that there is a huge, huge risk, a significant risk of a SHTF situation at some point in the not too distant future, right? That it's going to become a struggle of all against all for survival. It isn't a well provisioned prepper with food and shelter resources a tempting target for less well prepared preppers, right? And you may have seen this article. It was in the New York Times about that prepper. One thing that I want to say that's very, very important is that you don't tell people if you have money, jewelry, guns, ammo hidden in your house. Your prep should be the same. And I think that sometimes people speak in the chat and they don't think about who could be listening. How many times have we been in a chat and honestly, folks, people have been sitting in the chat, but they won't say a dang word, nothing, right? It's like they don't want you to know that they're in the chat. We've never ever been hostile to people. We've never been like that toward people, like get out, unless they're a real jerk. But think about that. Good morning, George. Think about the mentality of people. Just like you have a riot break out, and when the riot breaks out, people that are calm, that are mellow, right? Calm and mellow, because of the mentality of the group. Just, I mean, that's, yep. The group mentality, the group thought. And if everybody's stressed, how many of you remember September 11th very clearly and that you were stressed that day? See, I do. And I was a little stressed and I was very concerned that we were under attack, right? Now we know a little different. But if you think about that day, if you think about that, you would have been in New York City, that you would have had boots on the ground, and you would have seen the buildings falling down and planes going into them, whatever the real situation was, right? Because we can go on and on about that. But think about the group and the person, that the people that were on the ground. Think about their mentality. Their mentality at first was shock, then scared, run for your life, and then survival of the fittest, right? So we don't want to. I've been on prepping channels before, and I think it's the worst. I'll just say it honestly. I was going to say stupid. It's stupid. It's the stupid words of advice from these people that want to act like Billy Badass. They tell you, okay, the day it happens, run out and go to the warehouses and get everything you can. Basically, steal it, right? That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. The, you don't want to. Hey, Chrisanne, that is the stupidest, most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard. Let's just take ourselves and run right into, there's a big fire. Let's just all run together into the fire and see how we come out on the other side. Stupid mentality. I don't appreciate people on YouTube giving words of advice that are so downright ridiculous that they don't even think about what they're saying. They just want you to be fear mongered so that you'll keep coming back, so that their views will go up, and they don't give a shit. See, I truly care. Being prior military, there's a time to duck and cover, and there's a time to stand and hold the line. And you have to decide where that breaking moment is, right? You have to decide where that time is. You have to decide if, okay, are we bunkering in, or is it the true SHTF and I have to get the heck out of here? You know, um, and that's so true, Lady Casca. But in every aspect of prepping, you have to look at the situation with situational awareness, which we've been talking about. It's very, very important. It's so important is that you have to run these scenarios through your head. And you have to think about what's in the best interest of my family. Can I make it in my home? Is it time that I have to leave? And see, folks, that's why we're having these Sunday member lives and mod lives, is because there comes a time and a place that we're all going to have to make decisions that our families are going to have to depend on us, because we have been educating ourselves, getting the skills, getting the knowledge, and paying attention. And maybe they haven't. Maybe it's your husband. Maybe it's your wife. Whatever it is. But I think the thing is that so many of us get set in one motion. Oh, I'm prepping food, 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 food. Right now, I think prepping food and water is very essential. Okay. If you don't have a year to 3 years supply of water and food or water resources, you better get on point. And I'm saying that from my heart. Y'all better get on point. Oh, I didn't see it remaining. I haven't went over to Telegram, but Barb has some very good intel. So if she wrote that on Telegram, she probably has some intel, because Barb is intertwined in her own way in the government. So she brings a lot of interesting stuff to our channel. She was running for Congress. I think she dropped out and she's going somewhere else. But we have to stay on point. We have to determine, like, honestly, me and Dragonflies had the situation with the cats. What if that, I honestly, I switched it from kittens to people in my mind. I switched it from 6 baby kittens perishing to 6 people perishing. And it made me really look at things differently because that building, right? You get locked in a building just like those. Let's talk real. Those 6 baby kittens got locked in that building on their own. They went up through the door. They had a way to get out, but they only had one way. One way out, one way in is a dangerous, dangerous situation. One way in means that you're going to have to fight your way out. And when you have to fight your way out, if you cannot surrender, I'm not talking throw up your hands and say, take me. I'm talking surrender to a different location. I'm talking move out. I'm talking change locations. What happens? You're going to have to fight your way out of that one way out. And the way that animal came in, and, let's just talk, that animal came in and made a roundabout killing in its way, one at a time, two at a time, till all of them were perished. So when I took that situation and I said, wow, I'm not going to look at this negative. I'm going to look at it positive. And yes, it hurts dragonflies. Like, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Dragonflies is not happy about, like, I'm not happy about it. But she really fell in love with one of those little kittens. And so it was like she lost a little love. Me, I decided that instead of being pissed off and angry, I was going to flip it around and make it positive for our channel and for each one of you and for myself and for Dragonflies. We have to think about what if we only had one way in and one way out. That would be a very dangerous, dangerous scenario. A lot of people think, well, I'm just going to go in my safe room. I'm just going to lock myself in my house. I'm not going to go out and mingle in society. I'm not going to do this. That's probably the worst freaking mistake you can make. You want to be out in your community, especially with Title 42 dropping. We want to be out in our communities. We want to be alert. We want to be aware. We can't walk around in fear. And I think the thing is that we have to really realize when you're out in your community, you can look at the situation changing. Oh, downtown, my little town has got a lot of unfamiliar faces. Oh, in my neighborhood, there's things starting to happen, right? I'm seeing more transient type people that I've never noticed before. I'm seeing a lot of vehicles that I've never seen before. Those things are situational awareness. Those things could save you and your family's life because there's going to come a time and a point that we're all going to have to step back and say, "This is the freaking day that I got to do something." And it's going to be different for each one of us, depending where we live, what kind of environment we're in. And don't think that we're hunky dory just because me and Dragonflies are in the forest. We have animals, and now we have Title 42 that could be coming right up. I actually looked out in the backyard, and we have hundreds of acres behind us. When you're out there on my deck, and there's hundreds of acres, and I actually envisioned seeing what if there was 10 or 15 or 20 of these guys coming up the hill, or 10 or 15 or 20 people coming up that hill that I did not know. How would I react? What would I do? And do we have barriers? Do we have our layers of protection set up on all four corners? Right? Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. And that's I hope, and that's why, Brandy, that I had to really step back, exhale, remove the anger from my life about the situation, and figure out how to go forward and see what if. Let's run another scenario. You all know how many times in this chat have I said, or on the live stream, or I said, I have to go transport water. I have to go transport water. I say that often because as soon as my IBCs are full, now that we are on this rain catch, which is fabulous, I can't wait to go check it. I bet you I got close to 900 gallons just from the rain last night. We're not paying for water. It went from 70 to 200 to free. Free is awesome, and the rainwater smells and feels so good. But what if I would have went in that building and I would have turned around and there would have been a pit bull, a coyote, a bear, a mountain lion, or a group of people. And my back would have been turned just long enough that I turned around and there it was right in front of me. See, I have turned that situation into more of a situational awareness to key in on what are our weak points and what are our strong points. Down here, right? On this side on this corner of the house where we enclosed it, right? I know that those people have dogs and those dogs have ran up here and harassed our animals. I know that when we get chickens, we're going to have a problem with them. But see, I also have to pick my battles. I could have went down there hot-headed and talked to them and said, I'm honestly, folks, I'm 90% sure it's one of their dogs that did it, okay? And I won't tell you what happened to the dog, but anyway, I'm 90% sure. But many times I've been sitting on the back deck and you'll hear an AR. It's them. So do I want them on my team or against me? See, so we have to really think about, do I go down there hot-headed and say, your dog killed my animals? Now how can I have chickens? How can I have goats? Because now I have to worry about your dogs coming up here and doing it again, right? Or do I shut up and figure out a different freaking way to handle the situation? Because I want those people on my team. I want to keep friendly with them because I know, and I've heard it for the last 3 years, them shooting their ARs. So I know they're armed. I know that they're self-sufficient. I know they have solar. I know that they're friendly toward their neighbors. Okay. The second thing is the lady down the hill. I've got to know her. Very nice lady. She's living on her folks' homestead. And so think about this. One day me and her were talking just in passing. She was going in her drive. I was going to the mailboxes. We started talking. She goes, what are you doing today? I said, I don't know. I got some things to do around the homestead. She goes, I hope y'all have seconds. And I said, why would you say that? She goes, I just hope we do so we can all protect this hill. See, she's already a friendly. Okay. Then she turns around and said, I said, well, what are you doing today? She goes, I'm making hardtack. She didn't say I'm a prepper. She said, I'm making hardtack. Right. So there, and then me and her and Dragonflies have got to be friends. Then the folks that came and watched our cabin, friend, not foe. And see, you have to evaluate people and you have to evaluate them. Where are they going to be? So we have Jay and the kids over here, which we all know live off the land. We're very friendly with them. I think Jay already has a plan if something ever happens that he would like to surrender to our property. And I said, come on. And he said, I will just camp just like we do now, but I want to surrender to your property. Want to have a backup. Me and him talked in detail. We also talked about there's several caves right here. He spotted 2 on his property. I know that we have about 7. So see, we shared information and also figured out a point where we could all meet. Because 4 eyes or 10 eyes, which would you prefer? I would prefer to have more on my team that are reliable, that are already doing the dang thing, and that you can somewhat trust. It doesn't mean that Jay and the kids would come here and not have enough food or that we'd all have to work together, right? But having more eyes, having friendlies on your side is a lot more important than not. If I went down there hot-headed, I could have turned those people completely backwards on me and Dragonflies. And that's the last thing because they really are our closest neighbor. So if you think about it, we have basically a 360 with friendlies that we've already associated, talked with, spent time with, and are getting to know more and more on a daily basis because I think it's important. But also, we have no one behind us, which is our weak spot. We have 300 and some acres back there. So that is a very weak spot. The new gate, they're supposed to be out here to put up the new gate. The gate has not arrived yet. They had to go to another property to try to find one that'll fit it. But we're taking steps. Right now I have a new alarm going in. So we will have 8 alarms and we're going to have them in strategic places. Pretty soon I will know when somebody just turns on this road because I got a mile long system. And see, we have to take the steps. Sometimes we don't want to spend the money, right? But we have to take the steps to do that. We have to take the steps to find local mag members. And like I'm really, really enjoying this down to earth prepping on Sundays, spending time with just the mag and the mods. I think it's really cool. I hope, how many of you really like it? Hit a one. I think it's a little different kind of live um, because I want to talk about these things. I want to share parts of my life, but sometimes I don't want to share it with, you know, 1,000 people or who knows how many people could show up and watch it. Um, this Sunday live is going to be happening every Sunday. I think because it's summer, if you would hit a Y, if you'd like us to change it to a little later in the evening, or if you'd like it later, hit a Y. If you like it at this time, just hit happy because it is Mother's Day, right? So hit happy if you're cool with the time. I think that it's really Rick, you and your armadillo hat. Oh, you want my buffalo? No, you can't get my buffalo stance hat. But I think that this live is really important because y'all have supported the channel. You've been here. You've been the mods for however long, and I think that it's really important that we all come together and we put our thoughts out there. And next Sunday, what I'd like to do is invite any of you in the mag up on the panel to talk about prepping, down to earth prepping. Let's not go into the conspiracies. Let's not go into the news. Because at this point in our prepping journey, we all really need to stay focused and centered. It like Brandy dropped a good special she found. Uh, One thing that we're doing is I'm looking online at town and country grocery stores. They have a sale every week, and so we're starting to stockpile some of those sales. I think it's very important for food, and right now, mine and Dragonflies, and we have another shipment coming in. And our next step is that we will be 5-year food prepped. And I know some people might say, dang, OTWP, you're going off the chart. You know why I'm going off the chart? Is because one, I think that I'm going to have to, me personally, I'm going to step to the plate and help people. And you all know me. Be it if it's little food bags in 3 years down the road when we have total collapse. We have so many things setting up is that I think it's very important to prep those freeze dried foods. If you have a freeze dryer, run that bad boy 24/7, 7 days a week. Freeze dry everything and anything you can and be a stand up person when the collapse happens. Because I think most of you have a heart. I think most of you really truly care about people. And to watch someone starve is a long, drawn out, terrible process. My grandmother signed a what is it, a DNC, do not resuscitate, DNR, whatever it is, no food, no water. Y'all, she laid there for 8 days with no food and no water when it was freaking terrible. I watched her. I was in my 30s and my grandma meant the world to me, man. And I watched her lay there and starve to death as her organs shut down, as they would come in and just wet her mouth. Just, it was suffering. It was miserable suffering. And I, being who I am, I could not go out in the community knowing that we're sitting here like fat cats, that we've been prepping. And just because this society has collapsed, be someone else. I might be more on point. I might carry not one, but two ways to protect myself. Now, me and Dragonflies are carrying every day, right? But I could not watch someone, baby, elder, whoever it may be, perish from starvation if I knew that I could make a difference. And that's real shit. That's real shit, and I wish I had a freeze dryer too because we'd have it going 24/7. But I'll tell you what, it's very expensive and then you got to run. You got to buy the food still. You got to buy the machine still. you got to have a designated electrical for it because it does take a lot. And then on top of that, you're going to still have, you got to buy the bags, the cartons, the containers, all this stuff. Honestly, I'm going full throttle. I'm about to share some more stuff with you, but my Patriot Supply, I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. I could live off of it. But I also have another one that I'm going to be sharing, and I've been an affiliate of the other one for like 2 years and never ever talked about it. So I'm going to bring that to the channel. I'm also bringing a lot of gear reviews. There'll be a gear review video coming out either tonight or tomorrow. I joined something that's for preppers. Some people might say, "Oh, that's dangerous." Life's dangerous. So, life is dangerous. Yeah, right. And I agree, Brandy, because we could have, if we think of the Great Depression or we think of a war like the Civil War, think of WW2, think of what happened at Pearl Harbor, think of all these things, right? Is Think about this, folks. None of them lasted forever. And then think about the special idea about the United States being at war. How many years have we been at war? Pretty much all of them, right? I think it will never go back, Little Boots or Brandy. It'll never go back because just like during the Civil War, things dramatically changed. Let's talk down to earth. When During the Civil War, when somebody got hurt, they didn't have the technology we have for a blood stop and all these things, right? So what happened? They would get a saw. I mean, I'm not crap. I'm not shitting you. They would get a saw. They would amputate the person's limb. They would wrap it up, and that's it. Now we have the technology. We have all these new gadgets and gizmos coming out. We have all the old school ones, and we need a mix of both. We need a mix of both things. You know? Yeah. Well, and that's another thing. And I'll share it. We moved around Dragonflies. You remember the gray hutch thing that we opened up and it has benches and it has a table and that's her work center right now. Well, we moved it around. When we moved it around, I found something in the floor. I found something in the floor, which is going to be expanded. Pretty cool. We didn't even know it was there until Dragonflies almost went through it. So, somebody that was a dummy covered it up, and it's an access point. So, you can take that for what it's worth. I'm sharing with the mag. I'm not really too worried about what I do share with the mag. A lot of people are shutting down their YouTube channels, disappearing because they're scared. I feel like we're already on the checklist, right? Well, we already probably all have a social credit score that sucks, and the CBDC is rolling in no matter what we think. So I think that that access through the floor could be something really huge for us. So I'm thinking about it two ways: shelter, access into the ground, nuclear. There's several ways that I'm thinking about that. So we'll see when I start tearing up the floor. I'm just going to tear up that corner to see what the full access is to. And we you got to realize too, Lady Casca, that this cabin has stood the test of time. It's I would say it's 20 to 30 years old, and maybe a little older. Because my neighbor lady was telling me she used to walk up here when there wasn't a cabin, and she's now in her 60s. So she has given us insight about this mountain too. Uh, Mountain lions never been seen up here before. Now they are. Hey, she's a wildflower. But that's the thing, Lady Casca, and that's situational awareness too, learning to adapt, finding things that maybe you didn't realize you had. Just like the whole front yard. I mean, I rescued lim- railroad ties from all over this property. Didn't cost me a penny to encase the yard because I found them. Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's becoming more better and better, Elaine, the longer we live here, right? And of course, um, there's several of you that already have an open invite here in the SHTF, and you know that. And if you'd like to be on the SHTF list, email me and reach out to me so that
we can get you on point about what has to happen. There's many of you in the mag that I fully trust, and that's just the truth of the matter. Now on the channel, that's a different story, you know, and nothing against no one. It's just that most of that you that are members and mods have been here a long time, and I've got to know you and I've got to talk to you face to face. We have a really exciting live. I want to talk about that just a minute. We have a really exciting live coming up in June. It's called Pray, Prep, and Homesteading. And so we're going to have a very special guest panel here on our channel. I've invited about 10 people right now. I got confirmation about six. And so we're going to have a very down to earth praying, prepping, and homesteading. And we're going to be talking to each one of them. I've lined up questions and we're going to let them answer the question. It's going to be kind of like a roundtable event. So I'm really excited about that. I want to bring some panels back to the channel. Um, and I've changed my kind of my gear on how I do it, so I'm really excited about it. Oh wow, wow, dragonflies! She just told you that? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, y'all, and that's the other thing, the Kool Aid of the month. It's like people go get one, then they go get two, then they go get three and four, and it's like, you know, I don't understand honestly about that whole situation because I don't understand why people haven't seen what is occurring somewhere. Somewhere, right? Crazy. Uh, I know a lot of people that did it and that are sick now. If Copycat's not here, y'all, do you see what Copycat sent me in the mail? Underdog to the rescue. Of course you did. I hope that some of you can make it tonight, or all of you can make it tonight to the live stream. Um, that is going to be damned if you do, damned if you don't. We're also going to play a little trivia. It's just going to be a fun night to chill out and to come back center. Um, why'd you say that? What did Elaine say that you said that? What'd she say, Lady Casca? What just happened that I missed? I missed something, I guess. I don't know what I missed. What's going on here? What's going on? Oh, okay. Just some misunderstanding in the chat. We were okay. Well, George, it's not good. I'll tell you that, George. You know, um, there's a lot of lies behind those jabbies, those jabbies. Yeah. Oh, oh, just okay. Yeah. I hope that y'all are enjoying this live. I hope that y'all keep doing the dang thing. A happy Mother's Day to everybody. If you missed um, the faith video from this morning, it's not very long, but I put in there about the book that I actually have part of it that I wrote in there, and it's called A Piece of Pie. So you might want to go watch the video, and also we're going to do a giveaway right now for everybody. So let me get to the screen so I can do a giveaway. This is for the book called The Piece of Pie, and it'll be sent directly to you. And it is a book, a true book of miracles. Um, so I hope that that if you win it, that you'll read it. Once you read it, you can also give it away, pass it forward. Um, but it's oops, I gotta find the giveaway tool. No, you just got to go to Amazon and you can find it. But hold on a minute. There we go. Maybe. Gosh, I haven't done this for so long. I don't know what I'm doing here. Uh, hold on. Okay, it should be here. Where's it at? Where's it at? What'd they do with it? Well, hot. They changed something. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, Dragonflies dropped it. I'm no way affiliate or anything like that. It is just a true book of miracles, and I thought y'all would like it. Um, y'all, I can't figure out how to do a freaking giveaway. They changed it on me. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Um, 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 um. There we go. I found it. There we go. Shoot. Dang. Why you gotta change everything? Why can't we just keep it the simple way? All right. There we go. Thank the Lord. I was like, what am I doing here? All right. All right. I'm going to share it. Everybody enter. We'll see who wins it. There you go. It's hashtag miracle. Hashtag miracle. Um, the book was written by my friend Dan Cassidy as he was traveling, him and his wife Sharon. Great, great people, folks. They really got us kind of started on the care bag thing. What they would do while they were traveling is they would take a plastic Ziploc. They'd put a $5 bill, a pair of socks, toothpaste, deodorant, whatever they could pick up reasonably cheap. And as they traveled across the country, they gave these out to people. As soon as whoever wins today, um, make sure that you send me an email and in the line put miracle winner. And then no matter what, I need you to send me your address and your zip code because it'll be sent to you directly from Amazon. I'll order it directly from Amazon. It'll be sent directly to you. Okay. So make sure you email if you win. Yeah. Blessing bags are really cool. She's a wildflower. Come on, y'all. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. I'm giving it a minute so that we got 8 entries right now. Come on. Like, why wouldn't you want to win a wonderful, wonderful book that could really change your way of thinking? Hashtag miracle. I'm going to wait for, come on. I can't believe that. What's the deal? I've seen more than 8, but it's not updating it. What's going on? There's 9, there's 10. Okay, it's coming. It's working. It's a working. It's working. There's 9. I'm giving y'all time. Gosh darn. Type. Can y'all type? What do you got? Internet issues? Oh, okay. A Miracle Whip. Lady Casca. That goes on sandwiches. Oh, I miss you, Bootylicious. I'm so happy to see your butt. Uh, we always have to have Lady Casca and Remaining Remnant, the two smart alecks of the channel.
Rick. Okay, we got 12. Huh? Uh-oh. 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 We got I mean, what's going down? What's going on? I mean, like, oh, 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 I'm not gonna let y'all see it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. Put me over there. We got 12. Are you guys the slowest people in the world or what? What kind of preppers are you? Oh, what do we call them? This is the what do you call it, Dragonflies? We have the geriatric preppers here. Everybody's slower than dirt, slower than molasses. Let me see. How do I spell miracle? Oh, it's on the whiteboard that OTWP just dropped. It's hashtag MIRAC. Where's the C on my keyboard? Shit, I can't see. Hold on, I got to go get my readers. I'll be back. But I'm the prepper. Hold on, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Uh, Here I come. Hold on. I'm gonna be with you in just a minute. Okay. Uh, okay. Uh, we got Lady Casca with a miracle ass. Okay. All right, y'all. That is slow enough. Oh my gosh. Here we go. 13 of you put in for it, so you got a really good chance because 13 people are too damn slow. So here we go. Who's gonna win it? I don't know. Who's winner? Who's the winner? Who? Uh, 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 oh, little boots, little boots, little boots. See, little boots. That's what happens when you're a mod. So, little boots, you need to send me your address, and I'll get the book out to you right away. It'll come directly to you from Amazon. So, congratulations, little boots. The rest of you, I think that you need some help on maybe some maybe y'all need to do some burpees like my friend does to her kid because y'all were slower than dirt on that crap. Little boots, congratulations. I, I hope you all enjoyed the live today. I hope that you take something from it, and honestly, I hope that you really keep thinking about these things. Congratulations, little boots, little boots. Mods, I love you. I care about you. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. We're going to take it out with one song because you know how the OTWP does it. We have to have our music. So I hope that you all had a great day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. You're welcome. Happy Mother's Day to you, little boots. Make sure you send me your address and put in the email line. Right now, I have 6,000 emails, and I'm not kidding y'all, to go through on my day off tomorrow and weed through them. 6,000. I was floored. That's in 1 week. I've been trying to clear them out every week. So I have no problem with people writing me or anything like that. But it's 6,000. Holy smokes! I need a secretary. But anyway, y'all have a great day. Big prepper hugs from here in our little cabin to wherever you're at. And I hope that you really think about this live today. And I hope to see you tonight. So one song on the way out, and let's go do the dang thing. God bless.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Don't be discouraged anymore. You'll find the thing you've been looking for. Pick up the pieces off the floor. Just trust it'll be alright. Your heart is lonely, but it's strong. You might be lost now, and it's not wrong. You'll discover the way, even if it feels long. Just trust it'll be alright. Oh, trust it'll be alright. Be still and know you're loved. They don't know the greatness you have inside. No, stand tall and keep your head up high, and just trust it'll be alright. Yeah, be still and know you're loved. Be still and know that you're still good enough. Be still and know that your finish line is only yours to find. Be still and know that you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. Yeah, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. Yeah, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. Yeah, you're gonna make it. So never give up, you're gonna make it. Yeah, you're gonna make it. Believe me, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. Yeah, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. Yeah, you're gonna make it. Be still and know you're loved. Be still and know that you're still good enough. Be still and know that your finish line is only yours to find. Be still and know that you're gonna make it. Oh, you're gonna make it.